like Juggernaut, I think would round up OG's draft nicely.
Yeah, like I'm just so scared. Like Entity right now.
Oh.
Okay, that's new actually. Yeah, I'm just scared. I don't think this is a good solution. For me, I see Entity's item timings. They get the mech on Chen, the Ags on Bristle. If Toby on his Visage goes for like the Boots of Bearing, you just have like constant drum charges. You're constantly running. Avenge is not going to be able to stop that.
It feels like they're just so worried about being run over there. Like we got to get the most like fast-paced early game. Uragi almost feels like a three position this game, where if he rushes an Ags, his job is just to frontline, maybe die.
I mean, he's sure he can get kited, but he kind of likes to play long fights as well. Like this Fishman.
Yep, he's getting very low. That was the toss back into the magic missile. So first blood the way of OG, and Saberlight might be going down here as well. Nope, it'll be Seb instead.
Oh, they got Amar as well on the creep wave.
You're right.
Okay, he's an insanely competitive guy. So
we got a toss back into the magic missile again, but the Mud Golem with Fishman applying some pressure to Uragi. So Toby actually pops the Fairy Fire himself to stay alive here, as Taiga just beating the crap out of him with that Christmas tree. Just harassments all around. Although the Mud Golem's still blocking Taiga, this is really nice micro coming from Entity, which will lead to a kill onto Taiga himself. A nice turnaround from Fishman.
A lot of nukes. Like, it looks pretty good. Oh, Stormy's actually going for it.
Yeah, pops that Firefly. Has the Arcane Rune set. He's just going to get lassoed on the high ground with that 4 sticky Napalm stack. Should be an easy kill for Stormer.
Damn,
so first kill for him in this, I guess you can call it the mid lane, but you can see the CS right now between the mid laners not really that close because of the jungle discrepancy. Uragi, again, getting gone on by these Mud Golems. Seem to be finding those consistently in the jungle.
Again with the body blocks.
Taiga can't even get to the other side now, but BZM coming to help with the Illuminate. A lot of damage done to Toby, who'll have to hightail away as Taiga trying to position again, but he's out of spell, so all he can do is right-click at this point. Illuminate, not channeled fully, but it's going to be enough to take out Toby in the end.
Oh, he's got
Taiga,
the rocks.
Yep, the rocks come out from the little shard golems, avalanche to follow, and these little babies will not be enough to spell the doom for Taiga. So nice turnaround here from OG this time.
Yeah, because you farm the stacks, right? And
yeah,
Storm's not really been farming stacks. He's just been kind of cutting waves and jungling.
Yep, Kataomi able to dodge the power shot, or the, well, it doesn't even matter at this point. He's just completely surrounded. The Ancient Camps will coming to help as well, but Taiga with the Avalanche, they're actually going to turn this around onto Kataomi.
He has lasso because of the Arcane Rune. He's not going to chase.
He got another Arcane Rune? Oh, a neutral item he would like to have, of course. As Taiga showing himself now with that Invis Rune, he's going to get lassoed, and there's not really much support coming the way of OG, so that's a freebie for Entity. Did force out Fishman's TP, though. He'll likely just go back into the jungle.
You know, get the pick off on him, but with that being said, if you're playing around the blink of the lasso, well, Uragi is Venge. This is a hard counter to the lasso with the swap.
Yeah, well, we're going to see the lasso come out, set up by the own Flame Break there on Stormer's side. Avalanche not going to keep Taiga breathing for the moment, so Entity get a nice pick.
Powerful.
And Fishman trying to get some more creeps. Only stuck with a tomato right now. And Stormer, he wants to get a little bit of revenge. Seb with the win run, but able to close the gap and get the lasso, so that's going to be a pick off for Entity, of course, just to support. So if you want to call that a trade, then OG, yeah, chill, bro. Well, the crazy, we're going to see an Ava toss from Taiga onto his creep, and this is going to be an easy kill onto Fishman, although Stormer's here to try to help out.
Oh, nice
TP out is successful. Nicely done, knowing that the lasso would be on cooldown still. And Amar, you can see, trying to get a little bit involved, has the armlets on them, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, this
I don't know where this
analogy
is
really makes a lot of sense. Continue, please.
Wraith Pact on Toby, is going to see the curse onto Seb. Surrounded by creeps, and Stormer looking to finish them off, but the Gale Force creating a little bit of space. Soul Assumption comes to finish him off from Toby. OG might have a little inkling that this is occurring. Taiga on the high ground, breaking the smoke. It might cost him his life. Gets off a nice avalanche with the Gale Force to follow, but the lasso, that's going to find Uragi's first life, and he's completely surrounded, so even his illusion will die. And that means OG might have to give this up as Amar kind of stuck inside his own triangle. BKB popped by Stormer. Life break to the creeps for Amar. He's going to pop a BKB of his own, which means they can't really kill him at the moment. A nice curse doing a lot of damage to Seb as Amar focusing purely on the Bristleback, who's staying alive. Amar, getting to see the save there onto the Bristleback, although taking a lot of Burning Spear damage. It looks like Amar is just resigned to his death. But Saberlight does die to the ridiculous amount of burning spears that were applied to him.
But every one of their heroes can. Oh, Yuragi.
Yuragi, he's alive again. Gets off the magic missile. Illuminate to come. Fishman gets extremely low. And you can see the Roche starting to get low itself, and Yuragi really doesn't care about dying this first time. We've seen this story before. 17 seconds on the Huskar life. Yuragi's first life down again. A lot of damage being applied to the Wyvern, who gets blown up, so Kataomi out of the fight along with
Stormstormer's trying to finish it,
into
dude.
the pit. Stormstormer doesn't have that much damage to work with, getting quite low himself, just getting beat by Roche. But the Aegis is taken by BZM, and that is unfortunate for OG, or for Entity, I should say.
Very
as
fortunate for OG.
My goodness, able to get in the pit and get a... Actually, Yuragi likely to lead the way. No, it's going to be Seb. The smoke is broken, and they're going to spot Saberlight. Gale Force already there. Fishman is going to get tossed back onto the stairway. He's going to get off his mech along with the Hand of God, but Saberlight just trying to focus with that lasso target. But, again, the swap comes out from Yuragi. Nice counteract to that lasso. Amar gets off the inner fire, focusing on Visage all himself, but he's completely surrounded. Another inner fire to come, and the life break to follow. He's still staying alive with barely any HP, but OG are getting destroyed in this fight. And Yuragi, that is the illusion. Gonna take it out eventually, and they're gonna find BZM on top of this, so a full team wipe, and likely to find the kill after the Aegis goes out here. So Entity somehow not losing anybody. BZM with the Illuminate, but it's not going to be much here. Tier 2 tower of the game in their favor.
And now OG needs to make the choice. Like, do they want to...
Oh, we have the lasso initiation. Focusing on Yuragi first. The Lotus Orb applied. Going to bounce back a couple things here. Gets off another swap, and there's the illusion. So that's the first life for Yuragi. But again, swap out to Safety's arms this time, and Amar focusing on Bristle again. Not doing that much damage right now as Amar getting extremely low. There's the Lotus Orb, and he doesn't have enough lifesteal to work with at the moment. That inner fire just not providing quite enough HP regen. And now Seb might getting punished here. Visage Familiars, Curse, and BZM would be an enormous kill as Saberlight positioning himself very nicely to get off these goos and quill sprays. Toby finishing him off with that Soul Assumption. Gale Force not really going to help too much here as another fight going the way of Entity. Seb and the illusion of Yuragi, the last to remain. And Yuragi,
middle tower has fallen.
He's actually going to come back. That is unfortunate timing. Really well played from Entity, knowing that he would respawn. So dies again, and the illusion will likely follow suit. That is exactly what you described.
Okay, I will say.
At the beginning of the game.
I will say.
I'm fairly sure you should be able to do that.
Maybe there's something funky going on there. But anyway, man, I think Entity's onto something.
They're
here.
not afraid of initiating onto Yuragi, and that is going to be another death for him. But again, illusion comes out, Soul Assumption to follow, and with Toby's Familiars here, you can see OG not really wanting to fight, so that tier 3 tower is down. Gale Force, Zeb looking for the power shot. There's the buyback coming out. Taiga gets off the nice toss back onto Saberlight, pops that BKB instantly, focusing on a Taiga to start this out as he is dead right off the bat. We'll have to buy back as well as Yuragi looking for his 8th death of the game. Amar falls as well. Just too much physical damage from this Bristleback, and a nice curse that might just end this game. GG is called. Entity, gracious me, oh my, that was a very quick turnaround. The fact that, I mean, it was only like a 6k lead knocking on the high ground, but
it's going to be Saberlight on Doom. So now how do we feel about these tempos? Is this a different shift for Entity? Are we going to see some different playstyles for them compared to Game 1?
Looking into even Game 1, because they've been doing this the entire group stage. As we're going to see the Astral Spirit come out from Seb. Kataomi. Let's take heavy damage, but we'll live. We're going to see First Blood, Amar. Okay. Ends up getting him in the end. And Taiga will be the trade on the other side of the map, so it's a 1-for-1, although Fishman getting chased by Yuragi. Getting that extra movement speed, gets off the Aphotic Shield. It looks like it'll just delay the inevitable, which will be the kill for Yuragi, who actually gets the bounty rune as well. Because Yuragi's been super safe, but the fact that he can take out stacks so easily with Shadow Poison is something you have to contest in some capacity.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Kataomi. Get a little tri-lane action here as Yuragi, knowing that a teammate is coming. Disruption there, we see the saving. There's another TP coming in. But you can see Yuragi getting extremely low. Nice Echo Stomp there, but it's not going to prevent the death from Yuragi. going down to that Soul Assumption. Illusory Orb from BZM looking to take out somebody. The coil even expended just to take out Fishman, as Toby trying to do some damage to BZM, gets a nice Soul Assumption, and not in range for the Splinter Blast, so ends up getting away on the puck. Taiga as well. He's going to take a Viper Strike for his troubles. He's already at half HP. Taiga not in the area. Photic Shield is going to take off some of the stacks of the poison attack, so he will live, but I mean, damage is done. I mean, Viper versus any melee hero is going to be pretty damn miserable for the melee.
Oh, BZM, he's there.
BZM has his coil ready. Illusory Orb not going to connect, but he's going to go into Waning Rift. You can see the TP's coming in. He expends coil, but he has no mana to follow this up with. Amar is going to get Lasso before he get any more right clicks in, and Toby's even come to play with the Soul Assumption. So a nice turnaround on from Entity's side, as they're going to find Taiga as well. They did lose Saberlight, so it's going to be a 1-for-2. But from OG's perspective, perhaps they're happy with the fact that they had the TP.
I can't think of a better hero to get a Witchblade on, really.
Astral Spirit, just to scout things out. They don't see Kataomi yet, but you can see OG are here in numbers, and there he goes. He's actually going to use the Winter's Curse. He might be able to get the kill onto Taiga. In fact, he does. Nicely done from Kataomi. He's going to force out the coil, though, but here comes the reinforcements from Entity. Rupture onto Stormstorm. He's going to get the lasso onto the puck. Gets a Photic Shield as well. They're doing massive damage, so BZM ends up dropping to Stormstormer, and a nice save onto him as well, as Yuragi will die in addition. So 3-for-0 as Entity clean up this fight really nicely. The Doom applied to Seb. He'll be able to walk away, but still, really nice fight from Entity overall. As Amar getting gone on the top lane. It's going to be a solo kill potentially for Toby with the nice use of the Familiars. Soul Assumption to follow. A couple more right clicks will do it. He has the Viper Strike onto Toby, but there's the save coming out from Fishman. So 4-for-0 across the map in favor. Get a Sticky Napalm stack onto Seb. Flame Break into the Lasso, but the TPs are coming in the form of the Bloodseeker. But looks like Seb is going to die nonetheless. Saberlight attempting to TP out. And this time, no cancellation, although he's taking really low on the base. Oh my goodness.
He even bought a Fairy Fire to try to not die. And so OG gets the mid tower, and their gold lead goes down.
Oh, we have a coil. It's going to be snapped by Stormstormer. He's on the low ground right now, but the Waning Rift just in range, and the right clicks with the Witchblade. Not quite enough. Stormstormer with 30 HP, but they have vision thanks to the Bloodseeker. In fact, BZM dies with Saberlight. Saber Chad himself, and this time he will not die in the fountain. It looks like his Doom was expended for it, but well worth the kill onto the mid-puck.
Yeah. Looks like he got the long-range Doom. I think Seb is dead as well.
Yeah, but it's possible, although he's now...
I'm overhyping something that's not.
Saberlight. Stormstormer. They have the Blink Dagger on Kataomi right now, but there's the Blink from Stormstormer, and the Bloodseeker is just dead. Big pick-off for Entity. Taiga able to get off the Demonic Purge, but he's getting chased relentlessly from Stormstormer and company, and Seb just
he should be dead
can't do much about it at all. He's carrying a briefcase. It's business day for him, but back to the grave. 3 dead Entity. Now, do they have a Roche lineup? Not as much as last.
It's pretty nice for just manning up against the Bloodseeker, the Coil, the ET Earth Splitter, all this ground-targeted BS.
We have a Coil in the top lane. BZM, he's the one that has to be careful, although Lasso's not up at the moment, so we'll Illusory Orb away. And Seb and company, they actually want to fight against this Aegis at the moment, as there is a Viper Strike, but Amar is the one getting chased for the most part as Stormstormer. Has to be careful with the Rupture. Toby is going to turn into the Stone Form thanks to the Shard as the BKB is activated from Saberlight and company, but Yuragi is trying to right-click, but a nice Winter's Curse comes out, but it's on top of a Lasso as well. Kind of a weird combo here, but Yuragi, he's taking so much damage. A nice save from Taiga for the time being, as Yuragi extremely fast, and he's just going to be able to walk on out of there. 50 seconds on the deck for the Visage as 2 kills clean up from OG's perspective. Saberlight looks to be next. Big turnaround from OG as they find form, and Stormstormer comes back in, and he has that Aegis looking for Amar, but Amar's just fine.
He has no BKB. His blink's down for 4 seconds.
Completely surrounded again. Viper Strike to follow, so Amar will be the sacrifice, but triple kill from BZM, and OG take a fight against an Aegis and only lose 2, as looks like Seb ends up going down to the flame.
Very angry.
4K lead for OG. Oh, but BZM gets spotted. Doom applied, but Taiga attempting to get out as well. He's going to get stopped in his place thanks to Saberlight. So Shadow Demon the first to fall in this engagement. Amar trying to position himself. Looks like the curse comes out onto the Bloodseeker. That's through the BKB. So Yuragi, he's still so fast. Able to walk away again, but again, with that BZM death, that does hurt OG quite a bit. and a stomp to follow. So 3 dead favor this time going to Andy. So much back and forth this game. As Seb, will he get chased down again? Flamebreak kind of helps him out. He whips himself into shape. Has the Boots of Bearing as well. But Stormstormer in the area. Flamebreak again. Is that enough to tick him out with another sticky napalm stack? Looks to not be the case.
Nah, he's got his Boots of Bearing. Wand charges. Yeah,
Pretty pathetic in that point.
Yeah.
Smoke from OG. But just securing some farm right now. Maybe getting a couple wards. Are they going to go into the triangle as BZM ready to go. Waning Rift to start things out. And Fishman with the Nether Toxin can't even get off his ult. So insta-death for him as OG look to pursue even further. Saberlight gets destroyed by the Elder Titan ult through the BKB. Pretty damn good. You already talked about Shadow Demon already having that along with the Aghanim Scepter, so
he
the 3 charges.
Oh no, he gave it away.
Did he? Oh, we have the lasso initiation, but the instant rupture on the Stormstormer, killing himself through that BKB, but looks like they're focusing on Amar. He's able to get out thanks to the disruptions, but still doomed, so he might tick out in the end, but the Stormstormer initiation completely punished from OG. They find him pretty much instantly as Yuragi kind of put to a stop thanks to the Winter's Curse, but now we have a coil onto the high ground, Blood Right to follow. Toby looking to not break himself out of that coil. He's going to get saved for the time being by Kataomi, but there's so much magic damage to follow it up with. Surely he's going to be dead, but the buyback comes out from Saberlight. And now, see the Echo Stomp from Seb onto 2 heroes as Toby stuck inside the Blood Right. He's silenced from the Waning Rift, but has that Soul Assumption to follow, and the rest of OG now on the run because that's 2 buybacks coming out from Entity. And Seb will be punished, but again, that's just 2 supports dead as Entity kind of getting destroyed in their own. And Yuragi, oh, he's going to get lassoed to start things out. He's kind of separated a bit here. Saberlight comes in as well, looking to get the Doom
That's
off, but not needed. Yeah, BZM, he has to be careful because there is still, no, actually getting some backup from his team. Looks like they're going to focus on Fishman instead. He does get off the ult this time despite the break. No silence to follow as Toby going to get Viper struck as Amar focusing on the familiars for now, but it's a 1-for-1 in favor of Entity as the rest of OG now need to retreat. Oh, BZM, he's going to get the phase shift off. Blink up in just a moment, but will he be able to get out? Finds a little bit of distance as Stormstormer. Nice. Flamebreak not going to connect. As the rest of OG collapsing a bit, but they do get BZM in the end. That is an enormous kill for Entity. And Amar kind of forced to just stand his ground again, but the Soul Assumption, nice dodge with the Manta style. That's exactly why he picked it up. As the Cold Embrace, going to save Toby. As the Familiars keeping Amar in place at the moment with the buyback from BZM. And they do get the Visage, but the buyback feels like maybe not so worth it now. Unless they can get some objectives on top of it. As we might have a big fight here, contesting the ward spot on the cliff. Amar has the Lincolns applied to him. As Saberlight, he's going to get Waning Rift to start. As a Rupture put on Saberlight, he's kind of stuck all by himself in this area. As Stormstormer gets the first lasso off onto Yuragi, but no damage follow-up whatsoever. Seb taking a Soul Assumption on the sidelines. Amar pops the BKB, but Saberlight's just dead. That was the original initiation from the puck, and he's dead for 2 full minutes, no buyback. Amar's going to be the trade. Does have buyback for him, but the fact that they've taken out the support Wyvern already as Toby turns into stone. Gonna put this initiation to a stop. As Seb Alright, that's a really late game high five. I like that. Toby. Oh, the bash actually connects from Yuragi as a basher now. And so Toby trying to walk back to base. Probably not going to happen as Stormstormer getting chased in the meantime by BZM. Has that BKB activated and looks like he's going to be fine, but Toby not so much. So it ends up being a 3-for-2, really back and forth. And the fact that Saberlight just couldn't play that fight at all.
And kind of suicide.
Well, it was awkward because the lasso came at the same time that Saberlight got ruptured.
It was weird. It was awkward, yeah, which led to the entire splitness of that fight. That was also weird.
Yep, Amar gets spotted out here, trying to de-ward this very valuable ward spot here. BZM jumps in. The Waning Rift into phase shift. He'll blink onto the cliff. As Amar's attack speed is absurd right now. Is this actually been enough to take out Toby? I thought he was perfectly fine, but BZM with the finishing move. They pop his Lincolns, looking for the Doom, but the Viper Strike applied to Saberlight. He can't get off any attacks at all, and he will die shortly after here, but a curse comes out to try to counteract it. Double buyback from Entity, including the Doom with his ultimate still available. But now they have to pop that Lincolns again on the side of BZM. Gets off the illusory orb, onto the other side of the trees. And they're getting the stun on Saber. That is a dieback onto the Doom as OG winning this fight handily. Another buyback onto the Abaddon as Entity have yet to find a kill in this engagement. Looks like BZM's going to be able to get out, and Roche, they could easily get a lane of Rax, maybe 2, and then go Roche afterwards as Seb. Is that an Aghanim Scepter for him? Or is that,
yes, it is. That is Ags. So
Very
he's a core now.
All right, as applying some pressure to the tier 3 towers. OG looking to potentially finish this game, and obviously with that shard on Amar, it allows them to just melt through these buildings. And Stormstormer, they're going to have to try to defend it. These tier 4s are basically dead now as Amar pops the BKB, focusing on the Ancient as well. And Stormstormer just bashed to a high degree. He's just dead. He does have buyback, but the GGs come out as OG even the series 1-1.
They did it? Yeah.
Invoker could be a thing.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, it's going to be a TA for that last pick for Entity. Stormstormer is going to be playing her.
Yeah, Saberlight was thinking about popping the Dark Ascension, but not this time as Seb getting slowed to a crawl, and Stormstormer with 1 Meld Strike brings that Bambi to an end.
Should be the tower, though. Catapult's still there.
Catapult's still hitting it, but they should be able to get the deny at the very least.
Change that in an instant, right? So, I think other people should be played around, other items.
Oh, Fishman looking for an opening, but you can see that Amar is here as well to accompany Seb. Actually pops the sprint. We're going to see the coil with the egg being placed. It's going to be broken. Stormstormer just trying to limp away. The right clicks are doing quite a bit of damage. He's going to get dove on, but looks like he will survive. As now Fishman, with that corrosive haze, will likely be brought to an end, although he dodges out the crush, but it's not going to matter. It's going to be a 2-for-0 as the Visage and Clock die on the side of Entity. Kataomi does have ult, though. Winter's Curse available. Shard now, so can eat the... Well, if he wants to eat an Enchantress Creep, he can. Zuragi kind of getting forced out of the jungle, but he got most of that farm, so he's going to be perfectly happy as he is working on the BKB. Taiga, no dive, thanks to the Crippling Fear and Saberlight. It's pretty damn good ability against both Puck and Phoenix to have these...
Nighttime, the daytime factor. Oh, mid.
Yep, coil, but there's the ult pop by the Night Stalker. Trying to get that silence off. Instant Ghost Scepter from BZM, but there's the curse onto Alchemist just to try to delay things. You can see Amar keeping everybody at bay here, taking some right clicks from Stormstormer. A couple more will do it. He's going to armlet toggle and survive, though, as Yuragi with the BKB focusing on Kataomi. Gonna get these 2 supports relatively easy along with the Night Stalker, so 3-for-0 as OG looks to take this fight in spades. That's the Aegis down as well.
He's dead twice.
Absolutely. Toby's here though with his familiars, but if he's not careful, everybody's gonna go down on the side of the Entity. That's gonna be the 4th down. Toby left to his own devices and will likely get chased down. All this impetus damage is a double kill from BZM, and OG lose absolutely nothing, and that is against an Aegis.
Tricked by that one. That was... I've seen
Cogs
that before.
from Fishman. He's just going to get jumped on by Yuragi, who now has that Blink Dagger, so... Oh, geez, starting to run away with this a bit. Obviously, Senke...
Ball to deal with an Alchemist, especially if you're going to go down.
Stormstormer's all alone, and the Corrosive Haze means that there's no shenanigans coming out of that meld.
Oh, and Amar
Big
steals the
pick off
kill.
for OG as Yuragi just picking them apart all over the map. And then the Crippling Fear, but he's going to break the coil and just die to the Illusory Orb. And a little bit late on the Winter's Curse, and this is another punish from OG. 3 dead, and barely any damage done to OG's side. Concoction coming for Fishman. It'll be on.
Does he get the bounty? He gets the bounty too?
He does.
Okay, all right, Fishman.
Fishman.
We see you.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
that's my boy right there.
Yeah, that was...
I'll try to force it out here. There's Amar, he's going to break it. Saberlight with the initiation, Crippling Fear, but going to try to take down the Phoenix to start. He has a Ghost Scepter himself. Just the itemization coming out from OG has been masterful, and there's the Winter's Curse turning into a kill onto BZM.
Double kill, okay.
So a nice pick off here for Entity, as they're going to try to continue on now. Focus is on Yuragi as that BKB, though, with the Concoction to follow. Fishman getting saved on the outskirts of this fight, and Yuragi, he has to be careful. The BKB is now ending. They don't have enough damage to finish him off quite yet because Amar's the one that jumps in. He's going to get decimated. So a 3-for-2 as the Visage is fallen. And that's the buyback from the Phoenix on OG's side. So really good fight from Entity, and...
But I don't know how much they can hold this area just with the birds. They don't have a ward on the high ground.
Yep, Roche coming back very shortly.
Neither team has a ward on the high ground.
Entity do have vision there thanks to the traps. There's a concoction coming off, but he can't use it on Toby because he's Stone. And that doesn't work against Stone, apparently. Fishman gets off the cogs, and there's a jump in from Stormstormer. Trying to take out Amar. He's already at half HP as the buyback onto the Wyvern already comes to fruition. But look at the damage coming from Seb with these impetuses on the side. Double kill for him. He's just cleaning through everybody. And now BZM with a double kill for himself as well, as 4 are dead. That's a dieback onto the Wyvern. And OG only lose 1, and it's Amar. And Seb pretty much out of mana, but the concoction is coming as Toby will go down again. Triple kill, and that is looking real bad. That's 2 diebacks from Entity, and now Roche should be a clean one for OG.
BKBs.
Yep. That is a questionable choice for sure. But 1 set of racks in favor of OG now.
Was that a BM BKB?
It might be. It's very possible. He's going to take a Meld Strike. Iragi getting quite low. Arctic Burn to follow, but there. Getting healed up a bit, but the instant silence from Saberlight, who jumps in with a crippling fear, has the Nullifier as well, it looks like. So down goes the Phoenix, along with the Aegis. And nice attempted save at Saberlight. He's going to take so much damage from Seb once he's able to actually click on him. Stormstormer with the BKB. Trying to take out the Alchemist. He's going to get him.
Dead. What
BKB. Along with that Cold Embrace, as we have a buyback on the Alchemist, so it looks like OG want to try to finish this as Stormstormer will be dead with no buyback, so 3 done. And Seb is, I wonder how much damage he has done this game with these impetuses, because they are absolutely shredding Entity. Toby in the stone form, but it's going to get saved by Kataomi as well, but you can see Impetus with the Waning Rift, they can just burst right through it. So OG look like they're going to go on to face PSG LGD in this second series.
That's it.
In the playoffs. GGs are called. Nicely played from OG.
Curious to see the damage numbers in this game. I feel like as the game does indeed get paused here.
Yep, that's typical.
Yeah. Yeah, Seb, I mean, they just, like, Taiga and Seb just swapped positions that game. That was